Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been thinking about this video a lot and exactly what I want to say. And so if I ramble or anything, just settle back, get a cup of coffee or the beverage of your choice and, settle in for the ride because we're going to be talking about knives, specifically jackknives, two-bladed jackknives. Uh, this is a great example of one. You guys know I love case trappers. I love trappers of any manufacturer, actually. But this is that beautiful Caribbean blue saw cut bone that Pete sent to me, and because I had won his contest, and it's just such a beautiful, beautiful bone on here, and I wanted to show it off. And it's summertime, and what the heck? Let's have some Caribbean blue in our life. But your jackknives, you got two blades that open. This one has the clip master and a spay blade because it's a trapper pattern. However, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about some other knives. And we'll leave this out here because who knows, we may open them all up there at the end. Uh, we wanted to talk about specifically this knife. This is a traveling knife that Tom has, and he sent this to JO Ventures Outdoors, and he made this awesome slip for it. I love the JO, the footprints, because it's a traveling knife. Got your nice little bead there. I absolutely love this little jigging pattern that he did on this slip. This is just awesome, and it really fits this guy. This is a little Knife-Kutmaster Peanut. So it is, just your little slightly serpentine knife. Now, Tom cleaned this all up. He found it in a secondhand store of some type. I forget exactly the story, but it's a Knife-Kutmaster from Utica, New York, made in the USA. And it's funny because when he started this traveling knife, he didn't know it, but Mike Curtis has intrigued my mind about the Peanut knife because he said it was his favorite knife, and he's got a bunch of them. And he talked about how Maury from Case Knives, that's his favorite knife. And I said, man, there's got to be something to it. But I've also heard things where people say it's too small, it's too little, it's too this, it's too that. Well, yeah, it's smaller than a trapper. I'll admit that. You can physically see that it is a small knife. It's about a 3 and maybe a little bit on my pinky finger. But I can actually hold it with all 4 fingers. I have a lot of control with this particular knife, and they usually come as a jackknife with the master clip blade and a small pen knife or pen blade. Uh, and the other influence on me for these is at blade forums. Recently, like probably about a month and a half or so, I signed up for blade forums. Finally bit the bullet and actually signed up. But if you go in under their traditional and slip joint section, there's a link to Jack Knives stories. And a lot of his stories revolve around peanut-sized knives and smaller knives that, men carried back in his day. Now, he's slightly older than me. He's writing about his boyhood that took place probably, from what I can guess in the stories, we're looking at probably like the mid-50s. But he talks about the being in the scouts and all this kind of stuff. But a lot of the knives that he features in his stories are little small knives like this, and the men that carried them, men that were capable, that all they needed was a little knife like this to get by. The one full-size trapper story he has is talking about a guy skinning a deer with it. So absolutely a perfect task for the trapper. But he talks about the day in, day out guys just, carrying a little pocket dropper like this. So it made me, go investigate this, and I ended up getting this, my first case Peanut. Uh, and this is actually a really handy knife. And I've been enjoying the heck out of having this thing and using it. Now you see their bolster is a little small on this end, but it actually helps you to control the knife. And this one actually, I can't get that pinky on there, but it is just a fine little knife. I like this knife. I like that, like the copperhead, your pen blade has the nail nick on the opposite side. So you're not having to fight past this blade, and it gives you a nice full-size clip. So we'll compare it to this Cutmaster. Not that there's a head-to-head comparison, but we'll just take a look at just some differences in what you're getting. And I do like the shape of the case Peanut knife, but of course this one's older. It probably got whittled down. Now, I have a couple other ones that I have. This is a Camillus. This is a Camillus 21, and I love the threaded bolster, and it's the same way. These are just really cool little knives. There is the tank stamp. This one came to me from Zen, so thank you, buddy, because this is a sweet knife. He told me that you don't know until you have one, and yes, you are correct, sir. Absolutely correct. Love this knife. Here is the pen blade on it, but these are just sweet little knives and perfect. When we talk about knives not bugging anybody, or being kind of on the small side or whatever, these are perfect. This is one I picked up in a secondhand store. This is an old Imperial with an extra hair on it. You didn't try to trim your beard with this one, did you? Did you, Tom? There you go. Here's a little pen blade for you. This one's still real gritty. I think it needs the mineral oil bath. But here is your main blade, and I don't know if you can see where it has the. Let me take this off camera here and see if I can see where in the world it had the tank stamp. Yeah, there it is. It's just very worn and very old, but it is an Imperial, and the USA is going vertical. So this is made sometime between 58 and 88. Clamshell covers, just kind of this odd little, kind of blue thing with a federal shield. But I saw this in a little box in the antique store, and it was not very much money. So I went ahead and grabbed it. I thought I'd clean it up and take it home. But it's just a really kind of a cool little knife. So these little knives are very useful. And it made me think, how big is too big? Well, here's a mini trapper, and these guys are pretty close in size. Now this is just under 3. They listed as 2 7/8. These guys are 3.5, but they're really not that much smaller. And if you want to see an exact inch difference, I grabbed a copperhead because I just wanted to show off the Rogers jig bone because it's so beautiful. I really love how that looks. But this knife here, like I said, just like the Peanut, you have nail nicks on each side, and they did that with the copperheads. But the copperheads are 3 7/8, and so here is 2 7/8. So you can see it just fits right in between the bolsters, but they are really not that far off. It's amazing to me. These knives are so close as far as construction, that they both have half stops. They're both jackknives. They both make me really super happy. And of course, when we're talking about jackknives, how about the Texas Jack? I mean, it's a little knife. It's smaller than the than the Copperhead. I think this guy is probably right at 3 inches. And, you know, just a fantastic knife. But you have that nice slim blade. And again, a four finger grip on here. You can't get all 4 on there, but still not too bad when you're looking at the size of the blade that you're getting. You're not missing a whole lot of blade. You are missing handle, but you're not missing blade. But yeah, I just thought this could kind of go a couple of different ways, but you know, hey, that's what I'm talking about. I am a jackknife addict, and I think this little Cutmaster, this is just a sweet little knife, and one that somebody somewhere, you know, carried this a lot. They carried it every day, and it's just look at the jigging on there. It's nice and smooth now. You know, it's been pocket worn, and who knows where it went, how many miles it traveled, but it definitely has a story to tell and more miles to go. So I'll be sending this knife off to Uncommon EDC. He's going to be the next recipient to this knife. But try a Peanut, try a small knife. You know, they are out there, these sweet beauties like this Camillus, or you can just get you a nice little Peanut. This is not my last Peanut, it's my first one. But just like when you're eating peanuts, the actual food, you can't just eat one peanut, you gotta have more. So I need to get a whole bag. Anyways, thanks, Mike, for your inspiration on that and for making my mind think that I need to have one of these. I've been carrying it pretty much every day since I got it, and it's a very sweet knife. I like it. Texas Jacks are still available out there. They're getting scarcer and harder to find, but the Texas Jack definitely one to get. And I thank Mark Kaufman for turning me on to that pattern as well. So there you go, guys. There's my jackknife addiction. I will say, yeah, I am. If you noticed, I had Gary's sticker here for his channel, The Last Ranger. And until you get out of the hospital, Gary, you'll be seeing that sticker on my board until that happens. So get well soon, and you know, let us know if there's anything that you need. We'll definitely see what we can do. All right, guys, this is a great Monday video. I love stuff like this. If you love jackknives, if you love trappers, if you love peanuts, let me know in the comments below. These are just great knives. And I will see you in the next one. We'll talk to you later.